Hello, family, and welcome to another episode of Role Model Makers Experts Cafe. I'm your host, Dr. L, the Parent Whisperer. And today with me, I have an amazing lady who's been part of our community, and I'm super excited to present to you. She also happens to be in Southern Florida, so I'm very excited that we tend to have a local guest today. So it is a pleasure to introduce to you Miss LindaJoy Benn. Linda Joy, I really appreciate the fact that you set up this time for us to serve families. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you actually got to do what you do today.
Mm. Thank you so much for having me, Dr. L. I really appreciate it. My journey started back in 1990. So that's what really put me on this holistic health path because back in 1990, I was getting ready to do my big walkabout around the world backpacking, and I went to the doctors and I was diagnosed with cancer. But I knew that the answers were overseas and to keep going. And so I met my spiritual teacher in San Jose, California, and he helped me to understand why I created the cancer in my body, all the suppressed emotions that I'd pushed down because I was in a lot of emotional pain. And back then, I didn't have the tools, excuse me, to heal my own body. So he helped me to understand the mind, body, spirit connection, what my purpose was, plus why I chose the family in this life and the roles that they were playing. So the fact that you're the parent whisperer, we sometimes on a soul level, we as a child we don't understand. Oh, I chose my parents, but parents don't come with a whole tutorial on how to be the best parent. And but whatever lessons that we needed to learn in this life for our soul's growth and evolution is why we chose the perfect parents to learn from. And that's what I understood back in 1990 with my teacher, which helped to give me a completely different perspective and outlook on life because I was brought up in a lot of dysfunction, a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, and suppressed a lot of emotions. And I was in so much pain that the easy way out was to create a disease in my body so I could remove that pain and escape. So now, 35 years on, this is exactly what I teach in my courses and workshops and help my clients with. Because everyone's got a story. Everyone has gone through some or lots of significant emotional events, and some more than others, depending on what they came in with for their soul's evolution. And so through this journey, I've learned many, many different modalities to heal my own trauma as well as to be the light for other people, to have faith and trust in themselves, to remember who they are as a soul. And it's not what's happened to you, it's happened for you. And that's the coaching that I guide people through, and really bringing them back into alignment with their soul's mission and their soul's purpose and remembering who they are and simplifying it.
Linda Joy, I really love not only your personal journey, but also how you have adopted and incorporated into what you do with the multidimensional aspect of health. We oftentimes talk about holistic health, having the physical, mental, but also the social and spiritual components, and how you need all of them And having one is oftentimes not enough. People try to say, all right, well, do you want health or do you want wealth? It's like, why not have both of them, right? So it is important for us to understand that if you're spiritually not healthy, then physically you could not be healthy. If you're physically not healthy, then mentally you might be affected as well, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
So I love this adoption of making sure that you're addressing that. So you mentioned spirit and spiritual development and soul. So tell me a little bit more. Why is this even important? In many modern families, quote unquote, this is not even on the radar. And why is it important for families to consider this?
Because as as a soul, we came and we have these physical bodies, and we came with these agreements in this lifetime to choose our parents, to choose our siblings for whatever lessons that we want to learn in this life. And then it's our soul never dies. It's eternal. But as a soul, as a little spirit floating around in the galaxies, it's like you're just pure unconditional love and light. That's who you truly are. But we come into these bodies and incarnate to be a human being on this earth in order to grow and develop and learn emotionally and go through these different events in order for us to keep expanding. So, but as a soul, nothing can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you. And the beautiful thing that we have as this human being is choice. And every choice that we make um, can take us in many different directions. Also, as a soul, we have free will. So we're all connected to source energy, where whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it God, if you want to call it universe, source, spirit, Allah, whatever religion, whatever your truth is in your heart, it's we have a higher self, and we're all connected to that. And this is one of the things that I teach people, is because any suffering or struggling just means that you're disconnected temporarily. So when you come back into alignment fully, physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically and spiritually, that's when you're in your true power and your true essence, and you truly feel that. So you know who you are as a being and as a soul, and you know what your purpose is. And then when you show up as a human being, it's who are you being energetically, because your energy ripples out. People can feel your energy before you even say anything. And so this is what other humans pick up, is our energy. Animals pick up our energy. Animals are beautiful, mirrors. They will pick up if you have any fear at all. And that's what will either create, the angry dog, or get you eaten by the tiger or whatever the animal is. It's like when you can stand fully in your power and just be there, well, then that's the energy. You not that I'm saying, go to Africa and be in the wild and, eye to eye, but
I know.
it this is the power that we all have, knowing that you are fearless and unstoppable. And through everything that I teach and coach, this is coming back to your true essence of who you are, and reminding people everything is a choice. And then any suffering or struggle is also a choice, because if you don't like something, you can make another choice and change it. So it's so much more than just the mindset, but it's the mindset and the mental aspect that, and plus the emotions, that get people caught in a loop. And then emotionally, because we're all, like I said, we're all connected to source. But if we're ignoring the messages and ignoring the guidance, ignoring the insights coming through, what happens is that information just keeps building like a snowball and gets closer. And then you might wake up and go, oh, I'm feeling really wobbly. I'm having an emotional bad hair day, and I'm feeling, depressed, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm just like all out of sorts and all this mental conflict, and I haven't slept all night, and I'm just, feeling very unbalanced. And then if we keep ignoring those messages, that's when it will manifest somewhere in the physical body and create an illness and disease. And so it's understanding that you are always connected, but it's taking time out to actually listen to those messages, because you're always being guided. You always have the answers within you, and trusting yourself, believing in yourself. And this is why I teach meditation and many other tools to um, go inwards rather than getting caught up in the external world, which is very noisy, very chaotic, and full of a lot of drama. And whatever
I
you
love.
give attention to, you attract more of.
Absolutely. I actually am feverishly taking notes, and I hope that our audience are actually listening in and not multitasking, because what I heard you say was that, and it's really interesting because when it comes to spirituality and feeling connected, you would think that with the modern age, information age, and social media, people would feel connected, and people more than ever are reporting that they're feeling very disconnected. And what you're
Mhm.
describing is the reason, the source. They're not connecting to the source, basically. And at the same time, though, the message that you have is very empowering, meaning that if you actually go ahead and ignore this, you end up feeling
Yep.
unbalanced, you end up with anxiety and depression and disease. And if you actually implement it, you're going to have confidence, you're going to feel connected, and and you actually end up moving forward in a direction that makes you happy. And
Mm,
all of that brings you joy, as your name implies. And all of that
exactly.
with a simple step of taking time to listen, which is an inward self-dependent way, which is truly empowering, basically, for a person to realize
Mm.
the outcome, whether it's day or night, you have a choice in that. And why not step into the light? So I love that. So thank you.
Exactly. Because again, like I said, with choice, you can actually live with love, peace, and joy, or you can choose to stay angry or resentful or fearful, or hold on to all the beliefs about being hopeless or unloved, and carry around the guilt and the shame. And that lowers your energy vibration. Whereas peace, love, and joy, it's high vibration. And that's where you take back your power and you raise the energy vibration within yourself. And that energy is what ripples out. And this is everything I teach using my Benn method of balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. Love yourself first. Give to
So
yourself first.
Linda Joy, the information that you're sharing is very powerful. And in the back of my head, and I'm like, why isn't everybody doing it? So, what are some of the challenges that us in society face that prevents us to be able to do this naturally? What are the things that people are coming to you and usually complaining about as their stumbling blocks,
Mm.
basically?
Well, a lot of it all starts from childhood. and all the programming in the first 7 years. That's the imprint period. This is, we come in as this beautiful baby, full of love and light and joy and giggling and gurgling. And, it's happy, a happy child. But the imprint period, this is where all the conditioning and the beliefs and the programming um, dumbs us down, numbs us out, and just the slightest little thing, like one of the parents may snap because they're having a bad day. And as a child, you go, oh my God, that must mean that I'm unlovable. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. It's like, because little kids look up to their parents as role models, as being perfect, but they're far from perfect. Everyone's doing the best they can. But as a child, it's like, I must have done something wrong, and now I have to prove myself to be worthy of receiving love or validation or attention or acknowledgement. And so I watch these people burn themselves out, or trying to get, 15 PhDs and pieces of paper in order to prove to society, I'm worthy, please like me, please love me. And that's one of the root causes of burnout. And then, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things, but that's just the essence. um and so all the programming starts from childhood, but then as we go through the school system, which again, very broken, it's an old dogmatic system, and then all the programming and conditioning and the control and the manipulation from society. And what we're seeing today is all that darkness coming to the surface, and people are realizing, wow, I have just been controlled and manipulated. Even just watching TV, you think is very innocent, but all those ads, and this is something, because I'm from Australia, and admittedly, I got rid of my TV over 25 years ago. So, because it's like, I don't watch the news. I'd rather live my own life than to be living through the news. But even the commercials and the ads, as a child, when I did watch TV, um, totally different to America. When I came to the US, I was shocked that all these ads every single time. Do you have these symptoms? Do go to your doctor and get this pill and get this? And I mean, that's
So
programming.
I know that our time is short. What's the one takeaway for our audience that are listening in for them to implement from listening to this podcast? What would be the your recommendation? One thing that they could do.
Stop listening to the external world and listen to your heart. This is where all the truth is. This is where your answers are. This is where the wisdom is. And the more you can come back inside and listen and trust yourself and believe in yourself, that will empower you, and stop giving your power away to the external world.
Awesome. And I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg, what you just mentioned. So when people need more support, how can people connect with you and follow you and find out more about what you do?
I'm on all the social media, but the quickest way is my website, lindabenn.com. That's LindaBenn, or look up LindaJoy Benn on all the social media, and you can follow me and comment on YouTube, and just check the links in the chat.
Awesome. So, audience members, I want to make sure that you take a moment, pause the recording, or stop what you're doing and the multitasking that we tend to do, and make sure that you actually connect This part is really important both for your sake and also for the sake of those loved ones around you. It is important for us to role model the behavior that the world is not this big bad place, that people are out to get you. So please make sure that you role model the behavior, that it's okay not to have all the answers, that if you have questions, that you reach out and you connect with other people, such as Linda Joy, who is trying to make the world a better place. Make sure you make that connection.
Mm.
And also, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you connect with us by clicking subscribe, like, and share this video with those around you, so that we all benefit together, we all rise together, and go from there. Linda Joy, it has been a delight talking to you today. Please, any final words for our audience members before we finish today?
Go out and be the joy that you are, and that ripple effect will help to elevate others around you. So thank you so much, Dr. L. I appreciate your time and also all your listeners, and I look forward to speaking with them.
Well said. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Until next time, guys. Cheers.